Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is round 8, first ever playoff race in the history of the WTS, the Wreckfest Trans Am Series. B main action here, coming shortly. We had in the B main, so he's gonna have to make his way up through the B main and then the A main. He absolutely has to qualify for the A main. Top 5 in points after today gets cut to top 4. E5 gets eliminated from championship contention. We let people tune on in. I'm going to plug the stream in the server. And we'll wait for everyone to pour on in. Wait for everybody to ready on up. As we are nearing the time, it is almost time to go racing in the Wreckfest Trans Am Series. Link has been copied. And now we are posting in the Discord server. Ready. It's been plugged. We'll wait for everyone to pour on in. We'll wait for everyone to ready on up. We'll go racing shortly thereafter. Lots on the line today. And here we go. Pinehill's Raceway. Bit of a rallycross action here. First round of the playoffs. Definitely going to shake things up. It already has. We got Had in the B main. Changing some settings here. We'll go over the leaderboards. That Blue Paradise and Had 1 and 2. Of course, not in non-championship cars. Black Takiro, Thomas Jr. Nate. Rest later. Starting to get the clock countdown. There we go. There's Texas Senior. He's joined this stream. We're tuning on him. Alrighty. Folks changing up. I've been set to spectator. We're all but ready here. We are. Okay. Beautiful looking livery there. Skins. Bloody Mean will be on pole position for the B main. Cam up. We'll go to the front of the pack, and the top 3 are going to make it to the A main. Everyone else will be going home. We got Nate and Flooded Mean, 2 very fast drivers out front. Behind them, Had, Blue Paradise, and more fast drivers. Blue Paradise being in the B main is just as surprising as Had being in the B main. Same could be said for Nate, excuse me. Pearson Skins. Behind them should be Fire Blaster in Undead Music. Carney, Batman, and Inner Astra, and running out back of the field is Stang and Emerald Moose. So here he comes to the grid. We got 15 laps of intense racing action coming your way here in the B main for round number 8 of season 3 of the Wreckfest Trans Am series. Drivers revving their engines. We are racing for round number 8. Nate gets off incredibly well. He is clear of everybody. Here comes Blue Paradise. Flooded Mean Had is down in 4th. He absolutely has to finish 3rd or higher. Hard landing. Side-by-side action for 2nd place. Is Had gonna try and squeeze in there? Look at that. Carney Batman getting into the wall. More contact. Inner Astra, Fire Blaster. They all get into each other. Stang does not benefit from any of it. Out front, it is Nate Blue Paradise. Flooded Mean Had. He has time, but he's got to finish in the top 3. Onto the left-hander now. Up the hill they come. Downhill. Full speed ahead. Easy to overcross there. Into the woods. Flooded Mean does not get the best landing there. Had peeking on the inside, looking for 3rd place. And it looks like he's going to get it for the time being. He does clear him, or does he? Yes, he does. Had into 3rd, into the wall slightly, but he moves into 3rd place up ahead. Nate and Blue Paradise fighting for their lives, fighting for this B-main victory. Side-by-side drag race over the crests. Going to turn into a left-hander. Will we see a cutback? No, looks like Nate is going to settle for the better run off the corner. He's going to try and get alongside, but Blue Paradise clears him and stays in 1st place. Bit of a lag spike there for Nate. He's hot on his heels, but still remains in 2nd. Behind them is Had. Has more than enough pace to win this B main. Nate close in. Flooded Mean and Pierce battling it out for 4th, and behind them a whole gaggle of cars is Contact. Camera to Moose gets into the side of Fire Blaster, trying to move up into 10th position. And more contact up ahead. It's Nate! Nate! Into the wall! Gotta be careful here. It's a disaster for Nate. Looks like he'll be missing out entirely on the A main. A disaster for Nate. Had moves into 2nd place. We come to the top of the hill. Blue Paradise, Had, Pierce and Flooded Mean. These guys are now fighting for the transfer spot. Does Nate have enough time? Does he have enough pace? Nate, he's a playoff driver. This is a huge disaster for him. Sitting in 12th, this is not what he needed. Nate and Had both had to advance to have a good shot at advancing in the playoffs. They both had to be in the A main here today, and instead we got Pierce, we got Skins looking to make an appearance in the A main. Here comes Flooded Mean. That's a cool shot there. Cars racing side by side, different parts of the road. Here's the battle for 1st on lap 3 of 15. Blue Paradise and Had knows to tail Had with that wide exit, carrying as much speed as possible. Look how late on the brakes Blue Paradise is. It actually affects him drastically, because Had is going to get a huge run coming up the hill and over the jump. I think he's actually into the back of Blue Paradise there just a little bit. And into the lead of the race. Had takes the B main lead. Now you see Nate, the other playoff driver. This could be a disaster. It could be great news for the other drivers in the playoffs. Teague, who is starting today in 5th place. We'll see the points after this round is all set and done. This B main here. Contact there, Flooded Mean. Oh, there's going to be a huge, huge pileup. Watch out there. Cars across the track. Could that be a safety car? Could it be? It looks like it is indeed a safety car here on lap 4 of 15 in the B main. So this is exactly what Nate needs. He's got to go from 11th to 3rd to keep his playoff fighting championship hopes alive. And looks like, actually, he could very well be caught up by the time they get to the start-finish line. Not sure, though. We'll see, we'll see. I'm going to leave him away here. We're racing once again. Oh, we are not. Back of the pack could not get caught up in time. So Nate has to catch up to Pierce at the very least. He needs third place. Look at this. This is an interesting turn of events. Sting flipped over on the track. That's not even something we'd seen. Staying seemingly going to be a lap down at this point. We'll get into the drama of last weekend. So Deceitful, last Tuesday rather, Deceitful seemingly had made the playoffs by a bumper, but we had not taken into account the fact that Teague wasn't there. It would have been dropping 0 points for that round. So Teague made it in based off of missing that race. Deceitful just misses out in the playoffs. A great season for him though. He'll still be in contention to finish in 6th position as the drivers are starting to round the dirt section now. Keep an eye on Nate. He's got to push like crazy. He's got 10 laps to get it done. Can he do it? Got to pass 8 cars. 8 other drivers who are all also trying to make the A main. Not going to be easy. Rounding the final corner, Had leads him. Blue Paradise and Pierce are behind him. He got a good start. He's usually really good at these restarts. Backing him up, backing him up. Blue Paradise. Out on his heels. Not losing any contact here. He's going to wait to the line here. And away he goes. He waits until turn 1 to get going. Oh, there's contact in the back. Who is that there? Undead and Camretto. Nate already up into 8th position. A late start from Had. Well past the start-finish line. That could be interesting. Gonna go until nearly turn 1. What will the hosts think of that? Had leads them. Blue Paradise, Pierce, Carney Batman, Skins. At the back of this pack, there's Nate. Pushing. He sits in 8th. Gotta pass 5 more. Got a pretty good start with the contact in the back there. They come around the bend here. Ad pulling away. Blue Paradise, Pierce KF. Flooded Mean. Inner Astro dips into the ditch there a little bit. I think he might have even scraped the wall on exit, so this is going to be a golden opportunity. A potential free position here, or at least a good opportunity at a position here for Nate. Gets early on the gas. Up the hill they come. He's been stuck in 8th now for a whole lap. He's really got to get a move on. Up ahead, Skins and Carney Batman getting into it. They get themselves sorted out. 4th and 5th positions. Paradise and Had are starting to pull away from everybody else. Pierce sitting pretty in 3rd place. Would be a B-main advancement here, a B-main podium. Nate still in 8th. He's got to get a move on. He's got to start to push here. Time is running out. It's a short lap. So the clock is ticking for Nate. And there, look at it. How hard he's pushing. A mistake there. And instead of going up to 8th, he might drop down to 9th. Excuse me, instead of going into 7th from 8th. Fire Blaster on his inside. Nate pushing. Gonna need some help here. He really is. DNFs are possible, but time is running out very quickly for Nate. Good entry there so far. A wide exit, carrying as much speed as possible. Had Blue Paradise, all good. Here's Skins and Carney Batman once again, 4th and 5th. And oh, huge contact in the back! Huge contact! One of the biggest hits I've seen. Flooded Mean. Absolutely decimated there. This be a DNF for Flooded Mean. We'll see. It's could be a safety car. And it sure is going to be a safety car. Another golden chance for Nate. What did it mean? Smacks the inside wall there. Is he on the racing line? They're going to have to go around one more time. See if Had waits till after the start-finish line to start again. Try and brush up on the rules here. Does it exactly specify the race restarts? Says single file starts and restarts. Leader controls the pack and can go anytime between the final corner and the start-finish line. No overtaking before the start-finish line on starts and restarts. Very interesting. Very interesting. The pack rounds. Corners up here. Nate's in 7th. Keep an eye on Nate. Gotta keep an eye on Nate. He's really got to push. Becoming a 5 to go on this race restart. So it's Had Blue Paradise, Pierce and Carney Batman, Skins, Interastra, then Nate in 7th. They exit in the final corner here. Well, Had do. And he's gone way before the start-finish line this time. Gets away very, very well. Cameron Moose with an absolutely stellar start. Nate with a disastrous start. He's down to 9th position. Late into the corner. Are side by side ahead of him. Is he going to split the difference here? He thinks better of it. He's going to pull up the inside here. Oh! Car nearly flipping there. Fire blaster. Cameron Moose gets into it with Nate. Bit of contact there. I think it's more of a racing incident. He goes back into 7th. On lap 10. He's got to go. Got to get up to Pierce. Skins and Pierce. Oh, contact! Skins! More contact! Carney Batman! Nate is in 5th! Nate is in 5th! If he gets past Interastra, he's going to have a clear shot at Pierce. Looks like we're going to have another safety car. Yet another safety car here. Likely for the contact with Skins. Things getting a little bit grimy here, a little bit gritty in the late stages of this B main. Skins catching up. He was in a great position. He was running 3rd at one point. What a disaster that is for him. So Had once again leads the pack away, rounding the final corner onto the main straight. When will he go? Had getting away here. We're racing once again. Lap 11. Nate with a good restart. Here he comes, looking to make a move on Interastra. A tough landing. Around the outside. Carney Batman shoots it up the inside of Nate. Carney Batman moves into 5th position. Nate with a beautiful cutback across the dirt. He is that close. He can taste it. One cutback, a double cutback. Nate successfully up into 4th place. Astra's going to fight back. He's going to go over the curb a little bit. He's going to go just avoiding the tire barrier. So now Nate has stormed back into 4th position. And with 4 laps to go, he only has to pass Pierce to make it into the A main. Pressure is mounting for Pierce. Non-playoff driver, but he still has a lot to race for. He would still love to appear in the A main. Score as many points as possible. With a wild exit there, he's going to be careful with the wall. He's going to get contact with the wall. And here comes Carney Batman. Back down to 5th. Goes Nate. Got to recharge here. Time is running out. Can't push too hard, though. Huge contact. Is that Blue Paradise or is that Desync? It is Desync. Blue Paradise for a second was flipping. Carney Batman overdrives the corner by a mile. Got to be careful with the wall on exit. Just avoids it. Might have scraped some tires. More Desync up ahead. Nate in 4th with quite the gap to Pierce. Look how fast Nate is going. Look how hard he's pushing on the absolute limit here. Trying to close this gap. Side by side behind them. Is that Camarada Moose and Undead Music, is it? Sure is. Comes Had. Leading the way comfortably. Then Blue Paradise, Pierce, and Nate. The gap has come down. You can see it there. That is the gap. Nate now has a little over 2 laps to go. He's got to try something here. Anything. He's really running out of time here. Careful on that landing. That is a tough landing for these drivers. We've seen a couple make huge mistakes there, make great overtakes, and lose tons of time. Thank you for the compliment on the commentary. I'm going to make this as dramatic as it is. This is a huge moment for Nate. He doesn't get into third here. His playoff hopes are all but over. They are essentially done and dusted. All Teague would need was 3 points. Ad still leads. Blue Paradise still second. Pierce still third. We are coming to lap 14 now. 8. He has about the same gap as he did at the end of the last lap. Pierce has a lot of pace. Can Pierce end the hopes of Nate? It's not entirely over, but it won't be looking good for Nate. He would have to watch and hope Teague has a terrible race. A rough landing for Pierce. Lap 14. On the hill they come. You see staying in the very back. It's got to get a move on. Got to try and find as much time as he can. Looks like he's actually found quite a bit up the hill here. He sure has. Running wide onto the curbs. There's the gap. Nate has to find. He lost some more time. Lost some more space. And this is going to be it. We're going to be coming to the final lap of the B main. Will it be 4th for Nate? He has been cursed for 4th places. This is not the time to get another one. Pierce. A little bit of time there. This is it. It is 1 minute to midnight for Nate. He's got to catch and pass Pierce if he's to advance to the A main. A moment there for Pierce. A huge moment there for Pierce. Pierce makes a mistake. Here comes Nate. They're going to be side by side. Pierce is going to get just ahead. Half a lap to go. Pierce pulls away now. Pressure is mounting. Here comes Nate. He needs a 3rd place here. A bit of a bump. Some contact. Around the outside. More contact. Nate with a cutback. He can't quite get all the grip down. Will he clear him here? Nate currently in 3rd. He goes through. He goes through. On the last lap. Pierce pushing now. Who will make it into the A main? Will it be Nate keeping his hopes alive? Or will it be Pierce? The run to the line. This is it. Off the final corner. Here comes Pierce. Here comes Pierce. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be Nate on the last lap of the B main. He keeps it alive. Never fails to deliver. Wreckfest Trans Am Series action never fails to deliver. And by the skin of his teeth, Nate keeps his title hopes alive with a 3rd place. Exactly what he needed, exactly when he needed it. Teague now has to beat Nate by more than 2 points. Teague will be starting in 7th. Nate will be starting in 15th. Keep an eye on that battle. We'll keep an eye on all the battles. And we'll show you the points here in a moment. So that was the B main. Now on to the A main. We're going to bring up the championship standings right now on your screen. There you see the top 5. The points had reset to the finishing points of a top 5. But we got 3 races left. Over it real quickly. After today, 5th place in points will be eliminated. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. Really appreciate it. So 4 points separate 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Blue Vet, Nate, Teague, of course, had. Going to be starting 12th. Willionaire in 2nd place today. Blue Vet in 4th. These are the playoff drivers you got to keep an eye on. But the big battle is going to be for 5th. You do not want to finish in 5th place. If you're in 5th in points by the end of the day, your championship hopes are over. Teague has to beat Nate by more than 2 points. Where's Blue Vet? Only at 20 points. Anything can happen. But I digress. As we get on to next week, round number 9, 4 becomes 3, as next week is double points for the championship drivers. Then, of course, in the final round, it is, I believe, 3 times points. So next week is double points. 2 weeks from now is 3 times points, and whoever has the most points at the end of that, out of the top 3, are your champions of Season 3. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to keep an eye on the 5th spot, Nate and Teague. Just a little refresher. Okay, so we have got Had in 12th, starting in 12th. Teague. Where is Teague starting in the lineup here today? Let's take a look. Teague will be starting, of course, in 7th, as we went over earlier. Nate will be in 15th. That's the gap. 7th to 15th. Anything can happen. The gap there is 8. If they finish where they start, but of course, I do not believe they're going to finish where they start. We just saw 4 safety cars in a 15-lap race, so anything can happen. Seems like anything will happen here in the Wreckfest Trans Am Series. The battle for the championship is on. Round 1 of the playoffs. No more points resets after this. It resets here today, and then you keep the points you score. Millionaire has a golden opportunity to take a strong championship lead. Blue Vet will be starting in 4th, the row right behind him. Millionaire starting 2nd, so he's going to have a chance to take the championship lead. Normal points here today. So Blue Vet has to make up at least 6 points. And make sure he doesn't lose 5 or more to Teague and Nate. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close at the top. All these drivers always seem to gravitate towards each other. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are driving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the end of the race. Of course, like I said, we will take a look at the leaderboards. We got 2 drivers straight away, 1 and 2. Blue Paradise as well, he made it. And I just realized that we are staring at the standings still. Take that off the screen. Right. And a little bit of a reminder. This season, of course, Wreckfest Trans Am Series is brought to you by Rogue Energy. Be sure to use code WTS, like you see at the top of your screen, for 10% off of your Rogue Energy order. That is code WTS, like the top of your screen. You see Defiant. Bacon Slice is a great name. Championship leader, Willionaire. All these guys in the top 50. Blue Vet, 43rd. JRT. Teague, 10. Oh, I'm so excited for this. It's going to be incredible. This is gonna be something else. You guys are sure to subscribe on YouTube. That time of the week again, where I link the YouTube. Link going here. Put it in the comments. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. And there you have it. Be sure to subscribe. YouTube channel. Full race uploads are uploaded there. Oh. Looks like somebody was on the mic. We'll see. See how it goes. It's going to be an intense race. It's going to be a crazy race. Alrighty. Go in here shortly. And here we are. Heard the first pings there. We're getting ready. One more from Nate, and we're good to go. We'll be loading in here any second now. Leave anyways. Oh, gang. Because he's ready. We'll go. Or in 97 seconds, whatever comes first. Here we are, folks. 3, 2, and 1. Pole is Thomas Jr. Most exciting drivers in the championship. You ain't first, you're last. It's Thomas Jr.'s motto sometimes. Billionaire out front. All white today. Classy look for Billionaire. Thomas Jr. Blue Vet and Apple Gang. They might have an opportunity, actually, to overtake on the outside. Both Billionaire and Blue Vet. Deceitful, Pity Mender. T10, here comes Defiant. Then ZRT and Texas Senior should be coming in right behind them. That has a long ways to go. Had could honestly be in trouble of dropping out of the playoffs. What a huge monumental, absolutely monumental upset that would be. Alright, they're rounding out the back now. Nate. After just sneaking in. And we are about to go racing here. Billionaire, did he jump the start? We're away. Thomas Jr. gets a good start. Here comes Deceitful. Look out. Defiant up the middle. Up the inside. 4 wide. Billionaire maintains second. Blue Vet up into third. Momentarily at least. Apple Gang gets back ahead. Billionaire around the outside. He gets bumped. He gets bumped massively. Loses 3 or 4 spots. Nate caught in the gaggle in the back. Billionaire down. Willionaire down. There's contact there. Just deceitful. Around he goes. Can he avoid more contact? Yes, he can. Willionaire with a disastrous start. This is exactly what Blue Vet wants to see. More contact. Tires flying everywhere. Had. Where is he at? He says 13th. Could be about 10th here in 2 seconds. All he's got to do is pass these cars in front of him. Tons of cars, tons of chaos. Thomas Jr. leads, Applegang second, Blue Vet third. Blue Paradise. Blue Paradise. Folks, Blue Paradise. What a moment for him. Up into 4th spot. Full gang running wide. Running very wide. Contact with Blue Vet in the air. They bump into each other. Blue Vet's going to move into 2nd place. Momentarily, at least. Here comes Applegang right back at him. Got Blue Vet, Blue Paradise. Got 4 blue cars in the top 4. Make it 5. Defiant is 5th. And oh my god, look at this. Texas Senior, ZRT, Teague 10. Had behind him. Look at how hard Had is pushing. Willionaire. Contact there. Pity Mender. Into the wall. Where's Nate? Where is Nate? Is he out of the race already? Is Nate out of the race? Could that be it? We might have missed it. We'll keep an eye on the side of the track, but I think Nate might be out of the competition here. And someone else might be out of the competition here with this kind of racing. ZRT running wide. Texas Senior behind. Defiant, but Texas Senior is the leader of this year pack. This is 6 on down. 7th Willionaire. Teague 10. After all that is Nate not even going to get an opportunity to climb up the field. Looks like we only got 14 on the left-hand side. Looks like Nate actually just extended his season by a lap or 2. Big Voyage. Just avoiding the wall there, but not by much. Him and Pity Mender get into it. Could that be a safety car? We'll keep an eye on that. Gaggle up ahead, Willionaire. Trying to make a move on Texas Senior. Teague 10. All but through to the next round of the playoffs. Willionaire in 6th. Oh, for now at least. Here's contact from Texas Senior. Budick Voyage. Seemingly out of the race. Look at Thomas Jr. go. He is on a mission. The hill he comes. Blue Vet in 2nd. If it stands like this, Blue Vet could be the new championship leader going into the next round. What a turn of events that would be. Huge gap to his teammate, but a 1-2 for Blue Vet and his teammate as it stands. Applegang, Blue Paradise. This gaggle of cars behind him. Texas Senior, Teague 10 and Had, 2 playoff drivers. Gonna go at it. Can Teague 10 close in on Had? Oh, what a move. What a move. Teague 10 with an absolutely stellar overtake there. Knows the pressure's off. He knows Nate is out of the race. We're down to 14 on lap 4. Had, oh, contact. Texas Senior bogs him down. Had's got to get through these drivers. He's in 9th as it stands. Be a disastrous playoff day for him. All the 4 other playoff drivers are in front of him. Had and Texas Senior. Texas Senior not giving up here. Straight line speed advantage goes to Had. Still side by side for these two. Contact through the wall. Texas Senior. Had runs way, way wide. Watch out, he's on the other side of the road. Nearly runs into the leader. Willionaire. Is that into 5th position? He goes. Some ground to make up. Looking like it's going to be a close one out front. Playoff fight for 5th place is already settled. Nate out of the playoffs. He got 1 3rd place, and the Racing Gods said enough. At the end of the day, it's not even going to really count as a 3rd place. The B main 3rd place. His battle for the lead, though. Excuse me, battle for 2nd. Applegang gets past Blue Vet. He needs every point he can get. Trying to take the fight to Willionaire and Had. This is a golden opportunity for him. They're both bogged down towards the back. Not so much Willionaire anymore, but they were both at one point towards the back. Blue Vet in 3rd now. He would like to make that. 2nd place again. Had clears these guys. Next up is Defiant for him. And another playoff driver in Teague. Around the trees they come. And down to end the lap. We are already on lap number 7. No safety cars as of yet. Huge lead for Thomas Jr. This could be his first ever win, if I'm not mistaken. Air jumps over. Willionaire running 5th. Blue Vet running 3rd. Only 1 position separates these two. 1 car, rather. Thomas Jr. leading comfortably. Fight the gap to Had. Had losing a lot of ground in the early stages of this race. Having started 12th, only in 7th. T10 is in 6th. The 4 playoff drivers remaining are all in the top 7. Blue Vet can make that back into 2nd place. And Applegang runs a little bit wide. Opens the door for Blue Vet. Closing in again. Dippin' Stone Rink. Running out the rest of the field. 13th position for him. If I'm not mistaken, this is on debut for him. Linear, Teague 10, and Had 3 playoff drivers in 5th, 6th, and 7th. The leader of the playoff drivers is Blue Vet in 3rd. And Thomas Jr. is really taking the field to school today. I mean, he's not giving them any mercy. Everyone kind of fairly spaced out right now. Look at this battle in the back, though. Keep an eye on this. Could it be Defiant Deceitful once again? Get their own YouTube video for how often these guys are battling and close on track to each other. ZRT, Texas Senior, Pitied Mender, 10th, 11th, 12th. You guys are still driving for regular season points. Finish as high as 6th here today. Here this season, rather, if you didn't make the playoffs. Oh, Texas Senior goes around. Texas Senior goes around, and he's going to lose that spot and that battle. ZRT and Pity Mender are the 2 remaining in this battle for 10th position. Linear, equal space to Teague. So he's got to be careful not to run too wide. Had doesn't seem to have as much pace. He got through the midfield and the back markers with ease, but seems to have plateaued out now here on lap number 10. You see Blue Vet, Blue Paradise, Applegang though. Look at Applegang go. His best drive so far, probably. Had is losing tons of ground. Makes you wonder if he has damage. He might have damage now. Be careful there. Comes ZRT. Will we see a cutback here? Not quite this time. Sonar Inc. Round out the rest of the field. He's having a bit of a rough start. His Wreckfest Trans Am Series career. Thomas Jr. though leads the way. Look at the gap here. Blue Vet actually has the fastest lap. 2/10 nearly. Some cinematic shots. As the rest of the field comes by. And back to the action we go. Lap 11. Apple Gang making a slight mistake. Looks like Blue Vet's closing in. Millionaire closing into Blue Paradise. So these guys have closed up just a little bit. Oh, that's so scary. You'd think there'd be a fence there up the middle. That's the tension of these races. One wrong mistake from someone that's not even racing with you, and your race could be done for. Blue Vet has closed the gap drastically. Very drastically! Apple Gang, is that desync or is he off the track? Blue Vet's in second now. Everyone else moves up one spot. Apple Gang. A terrible mistake. He's going to go all the way down the order. Had really makes an identical mistake. Oh, Had is having some issues here. Blue Vet now comfortably in second. Thomas Jr. One of the biggest leads of the entire season. Look at this. He can nearly wave at his teammate as he goes by. God, he's got to avoid the cars running wide there. Big 10 has caught up to Willionaire. Big 10 really putting on an impressive showing here, showing why he's a playoff driver. Like in that livery, T10's car. For the jumps they come, Blue Vet, Blue Paradise, Willionaire, Teak 10, and Willionaire get onto the podium. Where Hat is down in 6. Stoner Inc., DNFs. Maybe 12 drivers left. Well, he's not on the racing line. Thomas Jr. still with a massive lead. Millionaire. Still trying to get past Blue Paradise. Seapool and Defiant still close to each other on track? They sure are. They're 8th and 9th. Nothing crazy. Thomas Jr. already on lap 14. Leading from pole. I mean, he's really adjusting to this track well. Ad is starting to close in on Teak 10. Millionaire pulled away just a little bit. Not like a drastic gain or anything. Still got a ways to go. These guys up front aren't making very many mistakes, just as I say that. Teak goes into the wall there, and Ad kind of underdrives the corner, rather. Expecting his exit, so 2 slight mistakes, back to back. As soon as I say no one's really making mistakes. So goes the commentary curse. Miss Junior's advantage that time has grown. Blue Vet still second. Blue Paradise still third, and Millionaire still fourth. Rounding the final corner, Thomas Jr. in a league of his own. He's got 10 laps to go. See a non-playoff driver win the first playoff race in Wreckfest Trans Am Series history. Extremely possible here. The jumps Had, but wide. Is it a strategic Oh, speaking of strategic, look at a mishap here from Teague. A mishap from Teague. Up the inside. It's going to turn into the outside. Had can't quite get past. This will be for 5th position. Had trying to close in. The playoff drivers. Trying to close into Billionaire. All the playoff drivers. It's at the top 6. You could have them running at 2nd through 5th. They all get past Blue Paradise. T10's really got to keep him behind him here. Every point matters. Every point counts. Had, subsequently, would like to get past both these drivers and close up that championship gap. The jumps they come, Blue Paradise. I think Had is onto something here. Well, he was for a second. Not that time. Now they come. Looks like he's closing in just a little bit to Teague, especially when Teague runs wide like that. Especially when Teague's in the wall like that. It's not going to have a spot to overtake him here until the top of the hill. Teague runs wide. Had looking for 5th. Look at the drive off the corner. Teague on that one well. Turned a mistake to some great defense. Teague 10 been quietly one of the best drivers all season. Not too flashy, just consistency and points. That's how we got here today. At the end of the season, he's going to finish no lower than 4th. With Nate's early DNF after his B main heroics. That is the only driver running this line. Seems to work about 50% of the time. Billionaire all over Blue Paradise. Up the inside, contact! Billionaire goes through. Billionaire now comfortably in 3rd. And not much of a fight at all from Blue Paradise. I stand corrected. Here comes Blue Paradise fighting right back. Ad has dropped off the back of Teague 10. Teague putting on a clinic, keeping Season 2 champion well behind him. For a cutback this time, not quite. Billionaire sets his eyes on Blue Vet. About 8 laps to go. Quite the task, but look at the clean air now. Look how far ahead of Blue Paradise he is already. And Had, oh, another mistake there. He's trying that alternative line. I think he's off on pace this weekend. Doesn't seem to have it. Didn't have a great qualifying session. Managed to win the B main. Can't seem to quite catch Teague 10. Oh, Teague is really, really pushing here. Gotta be careful. Teague 10 looking to get up into 4th position. Teague 10's looking to challenge Billionaire, if we're being honest. Credit to Thomas Jr. This is one of the best drives in Wreckfest Trans Am Series history. Reminds me of Season 2 Had kind of dominance. Look how far ahead Thomas Jr. is. He is well clear of everybody. And now he has the fastest lap. The point that won't be going to a playoff driver, as it stands. And closing in on Blue Paradise. Blue Paradise, unfortunately, his pace has dropped off just a little bit here. Up the inside. Side by side. Oh, look at the drive off the corner. Had. Up into 5th. Now we have the playoff drivers. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Blue Vet, Billionaire, Teague 10, Had. I'm telling you, Blue Vet is a championship contender. He's not only ahead of, but pulling away from Billionaire. Oh, had there. Bit of a moment. Teague 10. Teague 10. Of course, another championship contender. All these guys. Not just going to be a runaway championship here. It's going to be close. You guys can all drive. They're all pushing. They're all very evenly matched. Look at this. Teague with a mistake. Hatch closes in. He really needs this, though. As going into next week, he'll be starting in 4th. In the championship standings, he'll be in the elimination spot. A great season. Will it continue? Thomas Jr., man, no one's even seen him today. That's how far ahead he is. Living by the motto, if you ain't first, you're last. The outside had really good exit there. T goes a little bit defensive, bit of a squeeze. Is it in deep? Is it too deep? Is it too deep? Teague's got to get back to the left here just a little bit. Does just in time. Although he overdrives the corner. Gets the drive down the hill. Stays ahead of Had. Had with a mistake. Look at this. Blue Paradise. Out of nowhere. And Blue Paradise right on cue. Back to nowhere he goes. I cannot believe the commentary curse. My apologies, Blue Paradise. Chalk that one up to me. Never fails. Teague runs wide. Ad closes in, but Teague pulls a bit away. Again, turning a mistake into a great defensive maneuver. His time's running out on this week's race. Had now back to the alternative line. Oh, Teague back into the wall. Had. It worked out perfectly this time. Had goes into 4th. Teague down to 5th. A golden opportunity. Escaping for the grasps of Teague. Go back to the front because Thomas Jr. is coming up on the back of the pack here. ZRT, Texas Senior. With 4 to go, this time by. 3 to go, excuse me. This time by. See the gap there? It is absolutely monumental. Untouchable today is Thomas Jr. It's going to be a great result. An absolutely stellar result for Blue Vet. Finishing highest of the playoff drivers. If he just consistently does that, he'll be champion. Oh, and Defiance out of the race. Defiant is going to DNF in 12th. See the gap? High five driving by each other. Ooh, he sends it in really deep. Trying to close up to Millionaire now. Can Had still 3rd from Millionaire? Careful here! Contact? No. Applegate nearly ran into the oncoming cars. Two to go for the race leader. Lived by the if he ain't first, your last moniker. These two are battling it out, so he's got to be careful. No need to risk. He's got a huge gap to his teammate, so he can back off here just a little bit. Push with the wall. No biggie. Got to do another revolution of this circuit. Coming to the final corner for the second to last time. This is Senior and ZRT ahead of him. Be careful with these back markers here. White flag in the air for Thomas Jr. An absolutely dominant performance from him. Can he bring it home? Gotta split the back markers now. Be sure not to lose too much time. He's got one. And he's got the other. Smooth sailing from here. Thomas Jr. in the clear. Burning comfortably in first place. One of the most exciting drivers in league history. Looking to get his first career victory. Vindication from all the times he could have won. He had the pace to win. All the times he could have won and was leading. Was pushing towards the front. Crashed out. Sometimes through no fault of his own. But not today. It's going to be all Thomas Jr. All day long. Pole position, fastest lap, leads every lap, and wins by a comfortable margin. Thomas Jr. for the first time in his career is a race winner in the WTS. What a drive from him. Blue Vet's going to bring her home in second place, and looks like Had has got by Willionaire. We were with the race leader, but Had has passed Willionaire, so he'll be the second finishing playoff driver. Teague 10 advances with Nate's DNF. What a great season from him. He will be in the top 4 next weekend. Next Tuesday, excuse me. Not quite the weekend. Feels like the weekend sometimes. Wreckfest Trans Am Tuesdays. Seatful pitied Mender. The Seatful comes home in 8th position. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race and what a season. Be sure to join us, excuse me, for next weekend's drive. Next Tuesday's drive. Same time, same place. I've been Nico7200. This has been the WTS, and we will see you next week. There, you see the finishing order. 11 finishers here today. Thomas Jr. The fastest lap of 1:03.120. A 10th clear of anyone else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Wreckfest Trans Am series. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.